Hi, this is Analytics, and welcome to another lesson. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts or questions in the comments. Let's get started. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to update data sources in Power Query. Whenever you load a file in Power Query, suppose you're working in a Power Query project and you're using a data file that is stored in your computer. When you load that file in Power Query will automatically identify the path to that file in your computer. So if you, for some reason, move that file to another location in your computer, Power Query will no longer be able to refresh the project, refresh the data, because it will keep trying to get the same data from the same tables, the same files, and the same location. So whenever you change a file to a different folder, you have to provide the address for the same file in the new location. Let's see an example. I'm going to use this file. I have two folders, folder 1 and folder 2, and folder 2 is totally empty, but in folder 1 I have the fsales file, and this is the file I'm going to load in Power Query. I'm going to use Power Query from Power BI. It's an Excel workbook, and I'm going to load it into Power Query. This is the table I need, transform data, and like I said, if you click the source step and the formula bar, you will see that Power Query captured the path to the fsales file in your computer. So every time you refresh your data model, Power Query will try to get the new data from this same fsales file in the same location in your computer. So what happens if you move your file to a different folder? Let's see. I will cut this file, remove it from folder 1, and I'm going to paste it, Control V, in folder 2 and back to Power Query. If I try to refresh the data, then it will return an error saying that the data source was not found. Of course, Power Query was programmed to get the data that was stored in the fsales in this location, but you removed it. It's now in a different location, so I have to let Power Query know where the data is. In this case, it's very easy because the path for the data, for the new path for the fsales file, is the same. The only thing that changed is that instead of folder 1, now it's in folder 2. So I'll just remove the 1 and type in 2, and now the address is totally correct. I like to always click the end of the formula before I press enter, and now you can see that Power Query was able to find the same file in the new folder. But in this case, all of the path was the same. The only difference was that instead of folder 1, it was in folder 2, but it works the same thing. The same idea goes even if you had moved your source file to a totally different location. So let me show you an example. For example, if I take the F files and now I'm going to remove it from this folder and I'm going to paste it in my desktop folder, Control V, it's a totally different location. And in this case, I don't only have to change in my M code. I don't have to change only just a few characters. I have to change the entire path. In this case, it's very easy. All I have to do, I would just right click the file and copy as path. Copy as path. Then I will capture the new entire path to the file. And in Power Query, I'm going to replace this old path and Control V. Please be careful here. You have to delete out the entire path. Okay, don't leave the quotation marks, because whenever you paste the new path here, the new path will come with its own quotation marks. So you don't want double quotation marks. Please be mindful of that. You only need one opening and one closing quotation mark. Okay, and I'll click the end of the formula, press enter, and now the path is corrected. And let's do it again. Now I'm going to remove it and put it back in folder 1. Okay, Control V, and back in Power Query. I'll try to update it, and again, it returns an error because this path here is no longer valid. And there are other ways to correct that. Instead of copying the string with the path for the file, I could do something that could even be, in my opinion, it's even easier. All you have to do in the source step, you will click this little gear icon, and or it works just the same. Instead of clicking the gear icon, you can go to data source settings. If you click data source settings, you will see a list of the files you're using in your Power Query project. Of course, in this case, I only have one single file, but in case you had, say, 10 or 15 files, you would have all the addresses listed here. In this case, I only have one, so this is the one I'm going to select, and then I will click change source. So you will see the same window as you saw clicking the little gear. Okay, it's the same. So in this case, you will just browse for the file in your computer in the new location, click open, and even if your data source changed, for example, if you not only moved your source file somewhere else, but if you also changed the data type, the file type, for example, you not only moved the file to a different folder, but you also changed the file into a CSV file or a text file. So in this little dialog box, you can not only provide the new location of the source file, but also you can change the file type. In this case, I'm not changing the file type. It's still an Excel workbook. All I have to do is click OK. And there you go. The project is totally updated, no problem. Another problem you could get into is this. Let me show you. Let me open the F sales. There you go. And you can see that as we're working on an Excel workbook, in Excel workbooks, we can have multiple sheets. And suppose you had tables in every sheet of an Excel file. And in Excel, you only wanted to load the table in sheet 1. And how can Power Query understand what is the table and what is the sheet from which it should be loading the data? It's very simple. In Power Query, if you click the Navigation tab, you will see that Power Query recognizes the sheet name. In this case, I'm importing this table from sheet 1. But if you change the sheet name, for example, if I rename it as new name, and I will save and close out of this file. And if I try to refresh the data in Power Query, it's going to return an error because sheet 1 no longer exists. And to solve that, it's easy. All you have to do is just rename it to new name is the new name. New name is the new sheet name. And press enter. And now Power Query was able to find the right table and the right sheet and the right file. I hope this will be helpful, and sooner or later you will have to use these resources in Power Query. And whether you're working with Power Query in Power BI or in Excel, this is something that is very, very useful. And that was all I had for this video. And now, if you have followed us all along, and if you took the entire course, this entire course on Power Query fundamentals, you are now ready to move forward and start learning Power BI. Power BI is a great tool for creating impressive and useful dashboards that can change the reality of management in any organization. And of course, this course is not totally closed. As questions come in and new ideas come in, we can and probably we will add new videos to this playlist, but we are completing our first version of this course, and this is all you need to get started working on Power BI. If you like this video, if you like this course and this playlist, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with your friends, leave your comments and questions below, and see you in the next course.